Hi everybody and welcome back to Stampin' on Wheels. I have just my favorite punch that Stampin' Up does that we're going to be working with today, and we're going to make several different things out of this punch. And I can't wait to get started and get ready. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, cup of tea, whatever you choose, glass of white wine depending on what time of day it is or whatever, and sit back and relax and let's get started. Okay, so I have got my orange flavored water, I've got my gear, and I am pretty much ready to go. Now, if you remember what I told you last time, an ATC card measures 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Well, what I've done here is taken a playing card. Yes, a regular old playing card happens to measure 2.5 by 3.5. So you could just decorate this up and send it out and it's perfect. I decided to use mine for a little structure and a little stability. So what I've done is I have used some glue. In fact, I used some Stampin' Up! Two-way glue to attach it to my playing card. I kind of like the back of it. It has elephants riding on bicycles. Yes, it says Republican on it. These evidently are left over from the last elections. My kids brought them home. I said, hey, I'm sure I can do something with them. And again, I've made my center 2 by 3. Now, you don't have to do that. You could just go ahead and work on the entire surface if you wanted to and make the entire thing. I just like to have a little bit of a border around there, about a 1/2 inch border. That's just my preference. So basically all I did was take my glue, and if I can ever get the lid off of it, put it on, make sure you got it all the way to the edges. Edges are kind of important because I do not want this peeling apart. And through the center. Give that glue just a second. And set this nicely on top. Center it nicely, or as well as I possibly can. Oops, see, that's not quite right. But you know what I like about wet glue? It gives you a little time to play with it and move it around where you need it to be and get it centered. All right. Now for the punch. My favorite punch. It is the owl punch. It's an all-in-one punch, and it punches out all the cute little pieces. In fact, I've already punched some out, and I'm going to show them to you right now, as long as I don't spill them everywhere while I bring them over on this sheet of paper that I laid them out on. Now let's see what we can do here. Oh. Now the first one we're going to do is going to be an owl, but then I'm going to show you how versatile this actually is. I'm going to zoom in. Doesn't particularly matter on which one. Looks like it's going to be the orange one. And you'll see, well, it's a red one. You'll see we got his little body, his large eyes, the next size eyes. He's not even in frame. I have a problem with this, don't I, guys? So there's his large eyes, his body, the next size of his little eyes, and then it's got eensy weensy little teeny weeny eyes. Then here's his little vest. I love his little vest. Kind of fits in right there. And gives him his little beak. And then it also comes with a heart. So if you want to put a little heart, you can put a little heart on your owl. Zoom right back out. And I have punched him in several different types of paper. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 2 contrasting papers, and I am going to make myself a little owl on an ATC. So here we go. I'm going to move these out of the way. and only pull over the ones that I want. And I made a huge mess because they all just jumbled on top of each other. So I want to use the one with the numbers. Let's bring you back in. Want the one with all the little numbers. And out of this, I can make 2 owls because I'm going to be using 2 sets of contrasting paper. You get all his little parts, or we're going to be missing bits, and I don't want to be missing bits. Let me move this over a little bit. All right, if I set this up here. All right, now I'm looking for his teeny weeny little eyeballs. Come here, teeny weeny eyeballs. There we go. And I think with him, I'm going to use this birdie one. This one has, the paper actually has birds all over it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to do, let's zoom back out so we can see all of this. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to work with this, and we're going to make 2 owls. And I'm going to show you how. Need all his little parts too. Bum, bum, bum. Come here. It's the little teeny weeny eye parts that are hard to get a hold of sometimes. It's over there at least. And his heart. All right, and I'm going to be working with my glue. Now remember, I have a 1/2 inch that I can work with, so I can set him a little bit off of my paperwork. And I'm going to start this owl using this body. Now this is double-sided paper. If I wanted to, I could use this, but I'm going to be using that somewhere else. So I'm going to set him just a little bit off to one side. His cute little owl feet. Make sure I get glue on his feet. Now you could use snail, you could use really any adhesive you wanted to, but I really do like this 2-way glue. And I'm going to set him just so his little belly goes over the edge, and his ear does too. And I'm going to glue him down. Okay? Now if I were to put the eyes on, I've really got to get a good way to zoom this for you. If I could bring the camera down lower, it would be much better, but I really can't. All right. He needs a vest. Well, I'm not going to use his vest because then you really wouldn't see it. So I'm going to use the vest from the other owl. And because they're all punched from the same punch, they all go in the same place. Isn't that cute how he sits right down in there? And it kind of gives you the idea of some wings. Now I'm going to need some eyes. And the first big eyes I'm going to start with are from the other numbered set. These are his great big outer rim of his eyes. I don't know if you've ever really looked at an owl's eyes, but they seem to have huge eyes. And then when you really look at them, you see that it's feathers. And then their eyes are more on the inside. So that one's going to go there. This guy is going to sit right there. Now, googly eyes are so cute on these two. Okay? So there he is. But now I need his next inner set of eyes. So we are again going to be using the contrasting owl that we cut out, one with the birds on it. And I want him to be looking up that way a little bit. So the nice thing about this is you can really give them personality by making their little faces, making little eyes look in whatever direction you want them to. Get on there. Then we need I'll make them kind of even. Now you could make them totally uneven and have him looking cross-eyed if you wanted to, but this owl's not going to be cross-eyed today. Now I got to get the little teeny weeny guys. I do want him looking up and over that way. Look over there, owl. Dun, dun, dun. Kind of using this as a grabber too. And I do absolutely love this punch. It's just too cute. Excuse me, I've got a tornado warning going on right now. No, I'm not sheltering in place. Well, I guess I am. I'm in my place. But there's really nowhere for me to go, and we haven't seen a tornado yet, so I'm just gonna chill out a little bit here. There we go. There we have the first little owl. Is he not precious? Well, he's looking kind of up here. So what I'm going to do with the second one is I'm going to put his big old body a little sideways and have his feet sticking off. Why not? It's my ATC card. His feet are going to stick off a little bit there. And again, we're going to put his little vest on him. Right there. Then we need his big ol' eyes. Which will be the opposites. Ooh, this one kind of stuck to me. I'm going to stick his eyeball down. Right about I want to give him a little more of a forehead. Get down there. There. And this one right about there. Got them a little close together. We're going to move them a little bit. There we go. They're touching. That's all right. Now we're going to take the darker piece from the same pattern as his body, and we're going to have him looking down this way. At her. Now I need to put the tiny little eyeball in place. There's one. One. That seems to be what I've got. One. Did we lose it? See how tiny these are? Well, let me just pilfer one from over here. And put that one right there. Now, we have those hearts, remember? Got a heart there. Did they stick to me and fly off? Is that what happened? Who knows? They're around here somewhere. I got plenty of them. Oh, there they are. I've got this little heart, and I've got this little heart. And I think that they're just the cutest things ever. We're going to make our little owls be in love. I'm going to take him, put some glue, especially on the edges, guys. Remember, on the edges. All around here. Through the center. On his little feet, because I don't want those feet to fall off. Along his belly and ear. And I'm going to center that. As best I can. On that ATC card. And this time, I have left myself room to either stamp or write a sentiment, and it can go either way. Upside down, sideways, whichever way you want. And I just think that they are the cutest little things. You can put them next to each other. You could do whatever you wanted, but I think they are the sweetest little things ever. So that is how you do an owl with the owl punch. Next, we're going to do something totally different. Are you ready? Let me get my stuff together and we'll get started.